think they can hear me. Yeah. So, hey everyone, my name is Polina, and I'm the International Office Ambassador for Russia. And I'm a second year student here at the university, so I've been Sheffield for the past 2 years, and I'm doing a business management and economics degree here. So, my part of the presentation is telling you a bit more about packing to come to Sheffield, and I just wanted to go through some little things, and in particular, is that you should bring something that would remind you of home when you come to Sheffield, because you'll be moving to a new country with people that you not know, and your family won't be here. So something that reminds you of home will really help you to avoid being homesick and will remind you of home. But even if you get really homesick, you should realize that you always have a chance to go home. It's not like you're in prison. So, yeah, just make sure that you understand this and that you can always go home. And the second thing is that don't overpack, don't bring too many things. And I'm telling this as a person who came to Sheffield with 5 suitcases. And I'm telling you that you won't need all of those things, because just pack the things that you will, just look at the things that you wore in the past maybe 6 months or in the past year. Anything other than that you will not need. Just don't bring it, don't bother, because you will have limits on your weight that you can bring. So yeah, just I would much rather bring more useful things, or maybe things that you cannot find in UK. Another thing is to bring some warm clothes, because it can become really cold in Sheffield, and for some of you who come from more southern countries where it's warm most of the year, it will be a very wise idea to bring something warm like sweaters. In case you forget anything like that, of course you can bring it, of course you can buy it here, but still, I would recommend bringing at least some warm things, because weather in Sheffield can be really changeable, and it can be really sunny and warm 1 minute and then raining and really freaking cold the other. So yeah, just make sure that you take care of that. And another thing is some things that you cannot find in England. So, for example, some national things, maybe some national foods that sometimes will be really hard to find. One thing to know is that sometimes what you think you cannot find, you can actually find easily online. So maybe just do some research in order to avoid bringing some kind of things that you can still find here. But for me, it was always some food that I couldn't easily find in UK, so I just brought it with me. But again, if you are planning to bring food, make sure that you're aware of all of the, like, uh, how do you call them, customs. So yeah, just make sure that you are able to bring things um, that will be allowed to bring into UK. So things like meat and yeah, some like dairy is usually not allowed on the customs. So yeah, I think that's it from my part, and I'll just get over to Tachu. And yeah, so if you have any questions for me as a student who has been here, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Yeah, I'll just.
Thanks, Polina. Hi everyone, my name is Tachu. Do you hear me? Alright, okay. Hi guys, sorry about that. My name is Tachu and I'm an International Office Ambassador from Malaysia. And I'm in my final year of mechanical engineering with a year in industry. So just to add on to what Polina said earlier, I think one of the most important things is to remember to bring some cash for your first week or two here, as you've got quite a few students joining us in September, and it takes time to open your bank accounts. So it's important to have some cash. You don't want to bring too much, but probably just enough to cover your expenses for the first couple of weeks, to buy your groceries, to get some important things like your duvets and things you might need for the house. And yeah, another interesting thing about Sheffield is the winds can get really, really strong, and you might notice in your first week here while you walk down to the university, you'll find umbrellas broken right on the side of the roads. So don't bother bringing an umbrella. probably don't bother buying one here as well. Just get a good pair of jackets. Yeah. And finally, Sheffield can be a bit hilly at times. And as a student, I think moving around the campus, you might do quite a bit of walking. So I would strongly suggest you to get a pair of good walking shoes, just so that you don't hurt your feet too much, and you don't have to go around looking for a new pair of shoes within your first month or so because it's torn and things like that. And yeah, that's really all from me.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Tachu and Paulina. That's really informative. It's really interesting to see or to hear about students' experience when they arrive. I think it's different from everyone's perspective, so some really good tips there. We're going to invite you guys who are in the webinar to ask us any questions that you may have. We're going to be here for quite a while, so just feel free to ask your questions. We're going to change around the format of the presentation. And yeah, look forward to hearing your thoughts and concerns.